All right, sports fans, how's everybody out there doing? William Martin coming at you one more time here on YouTube with another edition of the 300 Pounds of Sports Knowledge Podcast. Now, the current era of Major League Baseball has been dominated by analytics, which in some cases can lead to analysis paralysis. In today's MLB, most front office personnel are focused too much on analytics, in my opinion. We've seen a lot of hitters who have been swinging for the fences, even though everybody's not a power hitter, defensive shifts, and more pitchers who are trying to consistently hit 100 or close to 100 miles per hour on the radar gun. But in this era of baseball that is ripe with Tommy John injuries for pitchers, we're seeing some quality pitching this year from some starting pitchers that have been getting it done at a high level for a long period of time. Now, you look at Houston Astros starting pitcher Justin Verlander, 39 years of age. He's 13-3 this season with a 1.86 ERA, and he is staring down the barrel of his third American League Cy Young Award uh, trophy. You look at Adam Wainwright of the St. Louis Cardinals, 40 years of age. He's 6-8, yes, but he has an ERA of 3.40 with one complete game to his credit. The 34-year-old Clayton Kershaw of the Los Angeles Dodgers is 7-2 with a 2.49 ERA. And then Max Scherzer, who will be 38 years of age tomorrow for the New York Mets, is 6-2 with a 2.28 ERA. Now, yes, some of these pitchers have spent some time on the disabled list this year. Obviously, Kershaw, the Dodgers, had the kid gloves on him to begin the year. Scherzer just recently came back from the DL for the Mets, but nonetheless, these guys, they know how to go out there and get it done. And the bottom line is they're pitchers, not throwers. And there's a big difference between that because, pitching at the end of the day, it's an art. And not everybody is built to throw 100 miles an hour, just like every hitter that steps into the batter's box is not a slugger. So, with that said, you have to learn, obviously, as you get older as a pitcher to adjust, work on, your secondary pitches, learn how to locate, do things like that, be crafty. And these guys are doing it at a high level and they consistently do it. Not only that, but they're also teachers to the younger pitchers on their respective pitching staffs to show them, listen, this is how you go out there and get it done. It's not just about, what you do every fifth day when you take the mound. It's also going to be about your preparation in between those days, how you keep your body in shape. On top of that, your film study, the notes that you take for every pitch, for every hitter, excuse me, these little things. But nonetheless, it's all about being a professional and going out there and getting it done. Now, again, just to harp on what I just said, what we're seeing from this quartet of pitchers should be a lesson to the youngsters, as well as front office personnel around MLB and in some lower leagues, even the high school ranks, AAU ranks, college ranks. At the end of the day, it's a copycat league, and just like a lot of sports, it's copycat. We live in a copycat society for the most part. With that said, at some point, I do believe the tide is going to turn. Maybe not this year, maybe not in a couple of years, but at some point the tide is going to turn and we're going to get back to pitching as opposed to throwing. This is why these guys that I'm talking about today have lasted as long as they have. This is why pitching has been the way that it's been in baseball for generations. You don't need to change the narrative. If it's broke, don't fix it. And I think that Verlander, Scherzer, Kershaw, and Wainwright are all examples of that. You look at all four of these guys, they're right in the mix to be postseason bound once again. Verlander and the Astros are leading the AL West. Scherzer and the Mets are currently leading the NL East. Kershaw and the Dodgers are currently leading the NL West. And then Wainwright and the Cards are several games behind the Brewers for first place in the NL Central, but they are right there in the mix for a wild card spot as well. But nonetheless, these guys simply know how to go out there and get it done. They've been viable for each team that they've played for their respective careers. Obviously, Kershaw has only played for the Dodgers, and Wainwright has only played for the Cardinals. But nonetheless, these guys know how to consistently go out there and get it done. And on top of that, this is a big reason why you're going to see all four of these guys in the Baseball Hall of Fame. I mean, Scherzer and Kershaw have already reached, and Verlander for that mark have all reached the 3,000 strikeout mark. You look at Wainwright; he has over 2,000 strikeouts for his career as well. But nonetheless, quality pitching. This is what it's all about. Knowing how to go out there and get it done. Everybody is not a flamethrower out there on the mound. These guys know how to mix it up, they know how to get it done, and most importantly, they know how to pitch. So, folks, that is going to wrap it up. And as always, I want to take this time out to thank you for tuning into the 300 Pounds of Sports Knowledge podcast here on YouTube. Want to take this time out to thank all of you fine folks out there for tuning in. And if you have not already, please feel free to subscribe to this channel. Now, if you're on Twitter, please feel free to follow me at 300 Pounds of Sports. And like I always say, if you follow me, it will be my pleasure to follow you right back. There's also the sports discussion group on Facebook at the Sports Depot 365. You can check it out, drop a line, and be a part of one of the better sports debating sites going on social media. So, once again, fine folks, my name is William Martin. I am signing off, saying take care and have yourselves a wonderful day.